All right, we are moving into the AFC West. We have the Denver Broncos with a C minus. The only really additions they have is they signed Brandon Jones to a 3-year deal, Malcolm Roach to a 2-year deal, but they re-signed Michael Burton, Lil Jordan Humphrey, Will Lutz, who was originally going to Jacksonville but came back.
He realized what the Jags were cooking and he said, forget about it.
Yeah, no, fucking, that's weird. Anyway, it was so funny. I was like, it's such a Jags thing to have happened to them. I don't know. I mean, with the Russ shit, it's kind of hard for them to do anything. They got rid of Jerry Judy. They brought back Tim Patrick, I think. I don't know. This is or restructured them, I believe.
Please let
Very
Tim Patrick stay healthy for once. Football
yeah.
gods, Tim Patrick, let him stay healthy.
I don't know if there's much to say about the Broncos. They're just kind of in a rebuild. I don't think they're going to be in position to get one of the top 4 quarterbacks either. So Bo Nix season maybe.
I was just saying on the last mock, bro. I really think the way things are trending. I don't even have any comments on like the free agency because everything you said is exactly how I feel. Like they just, what were they really gonna do? We didn't expect this much. But I'm gonna say this, bro. Bo Nix, I think he really might just be a Bronco.
I think he'll be actually really good for Sean Payton's system.
I think the Sean Payton fit would actually be really nice.
Kansas City Chiefs, we have an A. Dude, how are you feeling about Hollywood Brown to the Kansas City Chiefs?
Bro, I'll tell you this. This was the one spot, like at this point, basically, like the one spot that I saw like a ton of upside for him. Sure enough, Brett Veach said, "Oh yeah, we can make that work." Like, does the Chiefs at this point, bro? Like we were saying too before the show started, like you can see the teams that are really always looking. They're just not content. Even I'll give you a little sleeper move where nobody has even talked about this one, right? Because everyone already knows all these other moves the Chiefs have made. How about we'll talk about like a little bit of a sleeper move where it speaks to me just like how the Chiefs are just never ready to sit down. They're like, fuck it, we can always get better. Right? Because you just had how am I blanking on the man's name? How am I blanking? Hold on a minute here. Hold on. I can't be doing like this. All right. Tommy Townsend. So
Oh
Tommy
yeah.
Townsend, who's just an all pro last
I
year,
figured it was
right?
about the punter. Yeah.
And they said, like, dude, hey man, you want a little bit more money that we're comfortable with. That's fine. You can go get that elsewhere. We are gonna bring back Punt God off of the charges, like on a league minimum. Like the Chiefs just always find a way. It's just like like there. You gotta appreciate it, man. Like if you're a Chiefs fan, just sign a letter for Brett Veach, send it to him through the mail, and tell him thank you, because it's like the Chiefs, man, they are just not ready to lie down and be happy with the success that they've already had. They said, "I want next year. I'm not thinking about the past."
I love the Hollywood Brown signing. I love it. I think he's going to be so good in Kansas City. Pair him with Rashee Rice, Travis Kelce. Maybe you draft a receiver. I'm kind of more leaning they take a tackle in the first round. But then obviously you could add Xavier Worthy. You could add AD Mitchell. You can add Brian Thomas Jr. possibly if you want to move up a little. Like there's so many options for them. I think they go tackle, but re-signing Chris Jones was so critical, and I think they'll probably three-peat next year.
Oh, that was
It's
the biggest.
just,
That
yeah,
was the biggest one. We had to save the best for last, but like Chris Jones going to retire a Chief, going to retire one of the greatest defensive players of our entire generation, and he deserves it, man. Like shouts to Chris Jones.
franchise tag L'Jarius Sneed. Could you get some draft capital for him? If not, run it back one more year, win a third in a row. So we had an A for the Kansas City Chiefs. Moving on to the Las Vegas Raiders, we had a B minus. So here's kind of my issue with the Raiders is I really like Wilkins, Max Crosby, Tyree Wilson, Coons. Okay, really good D line. You have so much money tied up in that D line and Devontae Adams. It's almost like I don't know. Also, I don't think they're going to be getting any of the top 4 quarterbacks. I think this is a very likely team for Michael Penix Jr. Obviously, they signed Gardner Minshew, but they just kind of scream Michael Penix Jr. to me. You re-sign Andre James. Yeah, I think Gardner Minshew can be a starter for you, but I don't know. B minus just feels right because the Christian Wilkins move just has so much room to like tank the team.
See that, yeah, bro? That's all it is. It's literally that's like I think why the B minus is perfect. It's like this could boom the team, this could bust the team. Only time's gonna tell. I do like the Andre James and then the Gardner Minshew signings, but it's like, yeah. Other than that, it's just we're banking on Christian Wilkins, and we're not gonna have answers. We're gonna have answers later than sooner.
Yep. Um, B minus for the Raiders. Moving on to the Los Angeles Chargers, we have a B. Dobbs, why do we have a B for them?
So for them, really, it was kind of like, again, Chargers not really doing much, not really doing much. The main thing that really pushed them for me is it's like, because we need to, the Chargers are in that cap hell situation, can't really do much. But you know what? You re-signed Alohi Gilman, who's still one of those guys, like we say, very slept on by the masses. Like, if you don't know Alohi Gilman, like I was saying before about someone else, I forget who already was, but you got to get in tune. Alohi Gilman, one of the best safeties in the league, most slept on players, get with the tune. And if where you got him back on this, that was enough to push it up where you didn't have any money to spend. I'll push you from a B minus up to a B.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, what were they supposed to do? They restructured Mac, they restructured Bosa, traded Keenan Allen, got some capital, released Mike Williams. This is a first year GM with the team, and Jim Harbaugh kind of making their stake. It's a completely new rebuild. So, I really like Gus Edwards there going from John to Jim, but not much to say about the Chargers other than we will see maybe in a year how well this rebuild goes. So
Yeah, absolutely.
B for the Los Angeles Chargers.